You have countries like India, almost 1.5 billion people, China, with powerful economies, but they also have their own domestic political mechanisms and laws. So when somebody tells you that they're going to punish you, you have to think, how can the leadership of those countries, of those big countries, which had difficult periods in their history too, that had to do with colonialism, with attacks on their sovereignty during prolonged periods of time, you have to understand that if one of them shows weakness, his political career will be over, so that influences his behavior. Just as the colonial era is now over, they have to realize that they cannot use this tone in speaking with their partners. But ultimately, things will be sorted out, everything will take its place, and we will see a normal political dialogue again.
A bad attempt to lift the responsibility for the tragedy that is happening in Ukraine now. What do I mean? I would like to remind you, and I have already said this on many occasions, back in 2014, ministers of 3 European countries traveled to Kiev and signed a document that was basically an agreement between the sitting president, then President Yanukovych, and the opposition. And in accordance with that agreement, all the disputes, all the political disputes were supposed to be resolved in the constitutional field, by peaceful means, by legal means. And then, literally on the next day, a coup d'etat took place, a bloody coup d'etat, a violent coup d'etat took place. And no one lift a finger to bring the situation back to the constitutional field. That's how the conflict started, because right after that, those events in Crimea happened. Right after that, the Kiev regime started hostilities with the use of armored vehicles, with the use of airplanes against those territories of Ukraine who did not agree with the outcomes of the coup d'etat. And after that, they dismantled and they undermined all our attempts to resolve the situation via peaceful means, and they refused to implement the Minsk Accords. So then who is to blame for this tragedy? Those who ignored the interests of Russia in the field of security? If someone thinks that you can ignore the people of our country in such a way, they must remember that Russia will never just watch by idly what's happening next to its border and not react to anything. This will never